all happy for the holidays? Oh, I love hearing that. Well, I'm welcoming you all here today because I wanted to share some of my friends that I've met from all over the world. As you know, on Christmas Eve, I travel all across this globe, and I meet all my friends, I deliver presents, but I also get to meet some animals as well. And I get to see everyone's Christmas traditions and their holiday traditions. Now, who here likes to eat turkey in the holidays? Oh, me too. Now, how about tamales? Oh, delicious, aren't they? Now, did you know that in Japan, they like to eat cake and fried chicken for the holidays? Sounds like a new tradition for me. Well, now, speaking of eating some delicious things, my next guest loves to eat cockroaches for the holidays. Come on out. Oh, well, no, this is Gabe. He does not like to eat the cockroaches.
I don't eat the cockroaches, Santa. What is this?
What do we think?
This is a lemur, very good. Specifically, she's called the brown lemur. She's called the brown lemur because...
What do you think? Yes?
She's brown, that's right. Now, the brown lemur, if you look just at her eyes, would you think she's awake during the day, or do you think she's awake at night?
What do you think?
I agree. Don't you think? She looks like a nocturnal or a nighttime creature. But you know what's funny? She's not. She's daytime, just like you and I. She gets up in the morning, and the first thing she does is she says hello to her entire family called a troop. And how one lemur says hello to another lemur? You guys want to see?
Well, let's see. Do you want to see? Let's hear. Oh,
it's pretty weird. All right, it's pretty weird, but you said yes, so I'm gonna make it sound like a pig. She's gonna answer back. She's gonna do something rather strange. Here we go. All right, everybody turn to the person next to you. And, no, don't do this. After they say hello, Santa, then they groom each other. They comb each other's fur. They keep their fur in perfect shape. And then she goes looking for food. Those cockroaches, she'll jump from tree. Do you guys want to see her jump?
Do you want to see her jump?
Amazing jumping ability. Some people call them the leaping lemurs. Ready, Samantha? Go! Oh, how's that?
So let's hear a round of applause.
No, that's not a jump. Let's show them a real jump. Come here, girl. Big. What are you doing? She's cheating. You know what? If she wants to, she can jump from here and land on my shoulder over here. And as she flies through the air, she uses that tail to keep her balance. The important thing to talk about, there are 97 different lemurs, 97 different kinds, all of them two things in common. They are only found in Madagascar, and every single lemur is endangered in the wild. I hope in the coming years, we protect that beautiful land, that island of Madagascar.
Yes, me too. Let's hear a big round of applause for that beautiful lemur. That's right, that lemur's from Madagascar. And did you know that the flower of the country is the poinsettia? Now, my next guest coming out here, give a big round of applause for David.
You think that was beautiful? Yeah, you people in the front row, you thought there was flash zones here at SeaWorld. Guess what? I'll go ahead and put him up here. This, Santa,
yes,
is a resident of our very own United States of America. This is the American alligator, one of those beautiful animals we have here. You don't have to go all the way to Madagascar to see something cute and beautiful. Just look at this guy. He is gorgeous. He is the animal that you will see every time you deliver presents to the kids in the bayou.
That's right, we fly over the bayou. We keep our distance.
Luckily, you're flying over the area.
Yes.
Actually, you know what? Even the people that live there, the kids that live in Louisiana, Texas, Mississippi, they don't stop swimming. They don't stop water skiing. They go right into lakes and rivers and reservoirs right with these guys. Even a big 6-footer like this, because you know what? We really don't have to worry about them. They're not coming after us. We're not on their menu.
Oh, thank goodness.
They do have the strongest jaw strength of any animal on the planet. 3,000 pounds of crushing pressure. That's like a car on your arm if I got a hold of you.
That must be why he has such a beautiful smile.
Oh, the smile is so great. He's always smiling. You know what's cool about his smile? He's got over 100 teeth in his mouth, but he can go through thousands of teeth in a lifetime. Hey kids, check this out. Wouldn't it be cool if you could just break a tooth or eat too much Christmas candy, rot a tooth out, and a new one would just pop right in? How cool would that be? He could just grab a turtle shell or a clam shell or something, break a tooth, and a new one will grow right in. That would be the coolest thing.
How long is he?
He is about 6 feet long. He's gonna get maybe the size of a car, 13, 14 feet. But right now, he's the perfect length to keep social distancing. Yeah, you just do an alligator length away, a spike length away. As a matter of fact, I'll tell you what, I'll go down here to the end, that way you and I can stay social distance. Okay. And I want you to see how sweet he is, and just come on up and just pet him right on the head, Santa.
How about we switch places?
Really? All right.
Mrs. Claus will be much happier.
I'll
So keep
come
him on the
down
nice
here.
list. Oh.
Spike here is actually a very sweet dude. They're very intelligent. He comes out of the pond when I call him. He lays down when I tell him to. It's a very smart animal. We're so lucky to have him. Do you know that in my lifetime, the alligator was, I'm not that old. Not as old as you.
No, I'm at least 7,000 years old.
Yeah. This guy in the 1970s, in the 1960s, was almost extinct, almost gone. We almost hunted them to the point where there was no more, but we stopped them, we used our heads, and we saved them, and now there's over 5 million alligators back in the wild. How cool is that? I know. It took them off the endangered species list. They're doing so well. Sometimes we even find them right here in California. Yeah, not where they belong, but that's okay. They can be rescued and brought to us, and this guy's been going to school groups for 25 years with us.
Goodness, he's a pro.
You guys know how to properly say goodbye to an alligator?
Do you guys know how?
You've said it all your life. See you later.
Alligator! Let's hear a big round of applause for that beautiful animal. Thank you so much, David. Now, everyone, turn your attention to the right side of the stadium.
Talking about beautiful animals, this is Knobby.
Oh, beautiful.
This is our really old donkey Knobby.
Oh, really old? Now, everyone all together, let's all say, how old is he? 1, 2, 3. How old is he?
He is so old, this was Mary's Uber to get to Bethlehem.
Gabe.
I told you that was funny. That's a good one. This is a Sicilian donkey. What an amazing creature. The thing that I like to talk about most with this Sicilian donkey is its intelligence. It's built for climbing around on the cliffs and on the rocks with these hard hooves. And they can carry an enormous amount of weight on their back.
Now, do you think they can carry a sack of toys?
Oh, easily.
A big
Well,
sack of
yeah, obviously you have some weight restrictions, but this guy here, he has a very, very strong back, and look at his ears. He uses his ears, he's checking out everything that's happening around him. He's listening for sounds, and maybe if there was danger in the area, he'd know. If the ears are forward like this, he's pretty content. When those ears go back, that's when he's letting you know that, you know what, there's something wrong, something has arrived. That's kind of communicating with his ears.
I know you better watch out.
I think they're beautiful. I think they're amazing creatures. That is Knobby, the Sicilian donkey.
Let's hear a big round of applause for Knobby, the Sicilian donkey. So beautiful. Oh, take your time, Knobby.
Yeah. This could be a while.
I've got something that might get him going.
Oh my goodness, what do we have here, Dave?
This is one of the cutest animals on the planet. Does anybody know what it is?
What do you think it is? Shout it out.
A lemur is a good guess. A meerkat, that's a good guess.
Yes.
You know what, I'm going to tell you what it is. It's kind of a hard name to remember, but it's one that you'll never forget. This is called a kinkajou.
Oh my goodness.
Not a Pikachu, a kinkajou. This guy is built for living where he does. 250 feet up in the trees of South America. He comes from one of the most beautiful places on earth, the Amazon rainforest. Yeah, this guy is so perfectly built for living up there. I have to show you something, Santa. I would like you to imitate being a tree.
All right, like this?
Yeah, just be a tree like that. All right, watch this. I just put this right here. Oh, look at him. He can totally hang by his tail. He can have nothing else hanging on but just his tail. Very few animals have the ability to completely hang by their tail like this.
He's like a Christmas tree ornament.
Oh, that's funny. This is pretty cool. Yeah, he's like a candy cane. But you know what? It's not only that tail that is so amazing. You see what he's doing with his feet? He's reaching back like they're hands. He can turn his ankles completely backwards. Yeah, you guys can do it too, not with your ankles. Everybody hold your hands out like this.
All right, let's all try.
Now, without moving your arms, turn your hands over. If you look inside your bones, you will see dozens of extra bones here in your wrist to allow you to rotate like that. He's got those in his ankles. So he can just turn his feet completely around backwards and come down the tree head first. Yeah, he can turn his feet backwards, come up, down, up, and just turn those feet right around. Amazing creatures. You will see them as you fly over the jungles of the Amazon when you're delivering presents down there, Santa, because he only comes out at night. That's when you're coming across that area.
That's right. He probably has the same view as I do. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
And I bet he'd be amazing at climbing up chimneys.
Yeah, oh, he is really good at climbing chimneys, but you know what he's best at? Excuse me, down in South America, they have a really cool nickname for this guy because he's got those little round ears. It makes him look kind of like a little bear. I'll bring him close so you guys can see him. Well, they're called honey bears down there. Obviously because they look like a little bear in the face, and also because they love to eat
honey.
They are very famous beehive raiders. This little animal has something, a super secret weapon inside of his head. Inside that tiny little head of his, the dude has a 7-inch long tongue.
My goodness.
I know, it's like, where does he hide it? It comes out all really stretched out, and all he has to do is sneak up on the beehive in the middle of the night while the bees are asleep, take his sharp little front claws, dig a little hole in the beehive, and then he just sneaks all that honey out. Yeah, you know what? He's the most famous honey bear in the world. Yeah, you know what he did? He got a book written about him.
Oh, really?
Yeah. The author, A.A. Milne, was watching kinkajous down in Central America and wrote a book. Do you guys know what book it is?
What do we think the book was called?
Winnie the Pooh, exactly.
Oh my goodness, so he's the inspiration.
This is the inspiration for Winnie the Pooh, a little honey bear, an amazing creature that is so perfectly built for living 250 feet up in the trees, it doesn't live anywhere else. Nowhere else. Doesn't come to the ground its whole life. Hopefully, this year when you deliver presents down there in Honduras, or Nicaragua, or El Salvador, or Panama, or Brazil, you'll get to see these guys.
Oh my goodness, let's hear a big round of applause. Now, who here wishes they would get a kinkajou for Christmas? I certainly do. Now, next, Gabe, what do we have here? Oh, I think Gabe is finding our next guest right now. So are we all having a wonderful time? Oh, you can do better than that. Are we all having a wonderful time? Oh, that makes me so happy. So, well, now, let's see here. We've been to Honduras. We've been to Madagascar, of course. And we've seen a Sicilian donkey. I think he might be my favorite. Now, my favorite time of year is Christmas time, of course. And I've seen everyone and hearing all of their holiday traditions. So who here loves? We're gonna test the audience and see who here thinks what their favorite cookie is. So who thinks that my favorite cookie is sugar cookies? Raise your hand. All right. Who here thinks that my favorite cookies are gingerbread cookies? Now, who here thinks that my favorite cookies are chocolate chip cookies? You're right! Oh, and Cookie the Elf makes the most incredible cookies, I'll tell you that. Now, how are we doing? Oh my goodness, everyone. How incredible!
This is Maddie the Great.
Oh my word!
Maddie the Great, and this is an alpaca. And people always ask, they say, what is an alpaca doing in a Christmas story, in a Christmas program? Well, you know what he's doing here? This gentleman right here to my left, Santa Claus, he named the alpaca. He gave it the name alpaca.
It's true. Now tell the story.
It's a really good story. When he first landed in Peru, this creature came over to the sleigh and said, Santa, I'll pack those presents for you.
100% true story. Ask Mrs. Claus.
Now this guy, he's building trees. He has 3 things on his face that keep sand and dust out of his body. Long eyelashes, full ears, nostrils that close up. He has not 1, not 2, but how many lips?
3.
I bet he's a really good kisser, huh?
Okay.
And in that belly, he has not 1, not 2, but 3 stomachs. And to walk around the cliffs, he has not 1, not 2. But how many toes? No, he only has 2 toes.
Okay.
2 toes and a soft pad. I think they're amazing animals, very helpful to people in the Andes Mountains. They utilize them as pack animals and also for that wonderfully soft wool. If there's danger, they all come together. Would you like to help with this?
Of course.
They come together like this, and they put their backsides together.
Yes.
And they look out like this, and they bend in, and they look out like one. This is a good Christmas present picture.
Everyone get your cameras out.
Yeah, it looks like one big creature with lots of heads, letting the other animals say, hey, I better lay off, leave these guys alone. The alpaca from the Andes.
Let's hear a big round of applause for this beautiful
Come on,
alpaca.
Maddie the Great.
Thank you so much, Gabe. Now, everyone, you are not going to believe what you're about to see. You might have heard about them in the desert. And a very special night. Everyone turn your attention to the right side of the stadium for David.
Maddie the Great, that little tiny camelid cousin, come on. He should be called Isaac the Great. This is a great camelid. This is an animal that brought the wise men to the baby Jesus across the deserts of North Africa. And you know what? They're still doing it today, Santa.
Are they really?
I'm sure you deliver presents to the Bedouin family kids.
I sure have.
You know what? This would be the animal that if your reindeer ever got grounded, this would be what you wanted to get across the desert.
You know, we actually have considered using camels instead of reindeer, but camels are not as good at flying.
They're not going to make it over the ocean, that's for sure. But this guy can float across the desert sand as if he was flying. Look at those huge feet he's got. They're like big old pizza pie pans that just float right across the top of the sand. He is so perfectly built for carrying the entire family across the desert that the Bedouin people still use them today. This is their most valued possession. If you're a Bedouin family in North Africa and you own a camel, it's like owning a house.
Oh my God.
Everything in their world comes from this animal. This animal can carry 5 times as much as a horse can, so their entire family goods, the entire family for that matter, they make their clothes out of that prized camel wool. They don't even have to shave it off like a sheep. It just combs right out. And they even drink camel milk.
Oh,
very nutritious. Yeah, and you know what? It's lactose free.
Really?
Anybody here lactose intolerant? Yeah. Oh, no ice cream for Christmas.
Oh my word.
Wait a minute. Maybe there's still hope. You know what? Right here in San Diego County, right up in Ramona, there's a camel milk dairy. You can get camel milk up there and have camel milk ice cream.
Oh my goodness. And is it lactose free, you said?
Lactose
Oh
free.
my goodness. Now, this year, instead of just regular cookies and milk, maybe find some camel milk. I wouldn't mind. I think it'd be wonderful.
Leave some camel milk out for Santa. That would be great. Don't forget, if your reindeer get grounded, this is the transportation you want going across the deserts.
That's right. Let's hear a big round of applause for Isaac the Great. Oh my word. Well, you know, maybe we'll have a spare camel in the back, you know, the sleigh, in case the reindeer get tired. Well, now, Gabe, let's get right to the point, shall we? Oh my goodness, what do we have here?
His name is Morocco. We call him Momo for short. And Momo is an African crested porcupine. What a cool creature. Look at this mohawk here.
Oh my goodness, that looks kind of like my hair in the 80s. The 1880s, of course. I'm not very old.
He has that mohawk, but when we're talking about porcupine hair, we usually talk about this end, right? The quills. 10,000 needles on this creature's body. 10,000 needles just ready. So when another animal attacks, well, you guys have heard how they shoot out their quills, right?
I don't know, tell us.
Do you want to see how it works?
Yes, of course. Do you want to hear how it works?
What I'm going to do is I'm going to clap my hands. When I clap my hands, he's going to be a little bit nervous. When he's afraid, he's going to shoot 10, maybe 20 quills towards the audience. Everybody in the front 6 rows, cover your eyes.
Gabe, maybe next time.
Do you guys think they really shoot their quills? No, of course not. It's a fallacy. It's not true. It is just hair. It's beautiful hair that's sharp and stiff and pokey. And when a lion or a leopard attacks, One of these needles is usually enough for it to leave them alone.
Well, can
they can't be. Would you like to pet him?
I would
Sure.
love to pet him.
Come over here, Shannon. You can pet him. You always go from the front to the back.
Oh, that's
you
a wise choice.
Never rub him the wrong way.
Oh my goodness, it feels so incredible.
Isn't that amazing?
It is.
And that bad smell, it smells a little bit like body odor. That's not me.
I was gonna say something.
That's the porcupine. It has an amazing smell. Most small animals, they don't want to have a strong scent. They don't want predators to find them. But is this guy at all concerned about predators? No, he wants to be able to find another porcupine. Alrighty, that is Momo, the African crested porcupine.
Let's hear a big round of applause for that beautiful animal. Well now, folks, I wanted to save the best for last. Now this next animal has a very special place in my heart, and you'll see why in just a moment. I happen to have 8 of them. They're attached to my sleigh, and it's one of the most famous. What do we have here?
We have been all over the world. We've met animals that Santa gets to visit from Madagascar, from Asia, from Africa, even from right here in America, but we have not been to your home.
That's right.
The North Pole, and that's where these guys are from. This animal is an Arctic animal. A lot of people believe there's no such thing as reindeer, but there really is. They think it's like a unicorn or a dragon. No, this is an actual animal that exists and has been a part of man's family for over 7,000 years.
And I can vouch for that.
This is the very first domesticated animal, pulling sleighs still today. 8,000 years.
Incredible. Now, what's this one's name again?
What's that?
What's this one's name again?
This is Moses.
Moses.
This is Moses. Yes, he's on your B team, right? He's there. Now look at those antlers. Amazing antlers. Those antlers, in about 3 weeks, you know what's going to happen? They're going to fall off.
Oh, really?
They're going to fall from his head. People don't know this about deer antlers, but every year they shed their antlers. That growth there will come back in, covered with this beautiful velvet in about 5 or 6 months, and they'll have a whole new set for the next year.
Is that velvet that's hanging off right now? That's the velvet that they grow and then it just falls
That's
off.
right. You can still see a little bit on his antlers there. You know what the coolest thing I think about reindeer is? They're the only deer species where both the girls and the boys get antlers. They're the only deer that's kind of an equal opportunity deer species.
That's right.
He's just jealous because he doesn't have
Yeah,
any
whatever. Yeah.
Amazing. Well, thank you so much for sharing your friends with me. Let's hear a big round of applause for David and Gabe and their amazing animals. Now, folks, before we let you go, we just want to make sure that everyone exits the theater safely, so everyone remains seated. And then my friends over here with the blue flags and the orange flag right over here, they will be assisting you with exiting the theater. In the meantime, thank you so much for visiting us today, and Merry Christmas! Bye-bye, everyone. Enjoy the rest of your day here at SeaWorld San Diego. Bye-bye for now.